Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us on another MikroTik Canada video. In this session, we want to give you an overall introduction to the main MikroTik router management software, the RouterOS. After a brief introduction, we will go over the CPU architecture of MikroTik devices, the versions and packages of MikroTik software resources, the changelogs that come with each new update, cloud-hosted router or CHR, and the user licenses that are required for both RouterOS and cloud-hosted router. RouterOS is an operating system that uses the Linux kernel and is a platform that has integrated various packages such as routing, switching, firewall, bandwidth management, wireless access points, hotspot gateways, VPN, and others. To access the main web page dedicated to RouterOS, you can refer to the main MikroTik website at www.mikrotik.com and scroll down to the hardware and software section before the site footer. By clicking on the RouterOS section on the left, you will be taken to the main RouterOS webpage. Mind you, you can also access this page by clicking on the software menu at the top and then clicking on the RouterOS submenu. This page is made up of different parts. At the top, you can directly refer to the software download page, or alternatively, click on the download submenu here at the top of the page. The second part gives a brief introduction to RouterOS. As you can see, in addition to managing MikroTik router boards, RouterOS can be installed on your personal computer, which will enable your PC to work as a router with all the functions that a router offers. Next, MikroTik has provided its users with two demo routers. In case you currently don't have a MikroTik device at hand, you can connect to these demo routers in order to orient yourself with different MikroTik management utilities. You also have a direct download link for MikroTik's Winbox. If you wish, you can refer to our YouTube channel and watch the first 3 sessions of our toddler tutorial series to become familiar with Winbox. Further down below, you can see a short instruction on how to install RouterOS on your PC or other x86 machines. But you don't need to concern yourself with this issue now, as we will teach you all about using net install and using RouterOS in another upcoming video. The next part introduces CHR or cloud-hosted router, which is a RouterOS image that is customized for virtual machines and other virtual environments. For more information, you can refer to the one-page brochure that MikroTik has produced to introduce cloud-hosted router. CHR has different uses, such as network simulation and VPN services. It also comes with different installation packages that are specific to various virtual machine platforms, which we will see later on. And the last 2 sections of this page take you to different MikroTik references that are the MikroTik documentation page, the MikroTik forum, and the MikroTik wiki. In case you're unfamiliar with these resources, you can refer to our YouTube channel once again to watch our introductory video to MikroTik's website, in which we talk about these 3 online resources. MikroTik provides the entire range of its downloadable software material on the download page. Here, you can find the RouterOS resources table, in which the entire RouterOS downloadable content has been categorized based on the different CPU architectures of MikroTik hardware, as you can see in this list. With a closer look, you can see that the hardware relevant to each CPU architecture are listed in the same row. Also, in case you ever need to find the CPU architecture of a given MikroTik device, you can find your device of choice from the hardware menu and refer to the specifications table of that product to determine its CPU architecture. Going back to the downloads page, it should be noted that each CPU architecture has at least 2 downloadable files, namely main package and extra packages. The main package comes in the form of an NPK file and includes a number of basic packages that are completely essential in order to boot a given device. Extra packages are provided in the form of a zip file and include various other packages that can be downloaded and installed in order to enable further complementary features on your device. At the top of this table, you can see the different versions of MikroTik update packages that are long-term, stable, testing, and development. These titles might be a little confusing, so let's talk about them for a couple of minutes. We are quite clear on the development and testing packages. The development package is obviously an upgrade package that is still being developed by MikroTik and has not even reached the testing stage. Though you as an end user can download the development package, you certainly cannot expect this package to work completely fine on your device. The testing package includes MikroTik upgrades that have been recently developed and are finished. Compared to the development package, the testing package is more complete, but as the name suggests, it is still being tested and we cannot expect full and flawless functionality from this package either. The stable version of MikroTik's upgrade packages can be regarded as the most up-to-date version. However, you should note that the stable version, although completely functional and ready for use, is a version that has not yet been used by the majority of MikroTik users, and MikroTik is still fixing and improving this version based on the tickets and bug reports it receives as more and more users try this version on their devices. And finally, we have the long-term version. In terms of functionality, the long-term version can be regarded as the most complete and final version of MikroTik's upgrade packages. The long-term version is a version that has been fully tested and its possible issues and bugs have been completely resolved. Therefore, it can be regarded as the most suitable version of MikroTik packages for the majority of users. If you refer to MikroTik's wiki and go to the section specifically created for RouterOS, you can find the alphabetical list of packages that MikroTik provides together with their features and uses. The system package, as you can see here, is the most fundamental package that is required for any MikroTik device. System works like a basic OS such as Windows, and it is absolutely necessary to have the system package installed on your MikroTik device before you can install other packages. There are also other important packages that are quite basic and will most probably be required when you are configuring your device. However, other than the system package, you have the ability to select the packages based on your needs. On the same page, below the list of packages, you can see the list of different commands that can be used when working with packages. If we connect to a given device using Winbox, for example, and go to the System menu and then the Packages submenu, we can see the list of available packages on our device as well as the commands that we just saw listed on MikroTik's wiki. Going back to MikroTik's website, we have the submenu of Changelogs. With regard to MikroTik's updates and upgrades, you need to remember an important point. These update packages should be used when the need arises. In case your device or RouterOS have run into a certain issue or require a specific feature that can be resolved or fulfilled by using one of these updates, you can go ahead to download and install them. This is where changelogs come in handy. You can access the records and changelogs of each version update here and read the details of the improvements and fixes that have been made to make sure a certain update suits your needs. Similarly, you can refer to the Download Archive menu that gives you access to a long list of recent update packages for the long-term and stable release versions. These archives are very useful. For example, in case you ever find the need of not upgrading but actually downgrading a certain package to a previous version, you can download your package of choice from here. Going back to the Download submenu once again and below the RouterOS table, you can find Cloud Hosted Router or CHR for short. As previously mentioned, Cloud Hosted Router is actually a version of RouterOS that is used on virtual machines. CHR can be used on most virtual machine platforms such as VMware, Hyper-V, VirtualBox, KVM, and others. And as you can see in the table here, MikroTik has provided different packages that correspond with different virtual machine platforms. As we progress through our instructions, we will talk more about CHR and its different packages in future videos. As an example, you can refer to the solution menu on Wireless Netware's website at www.wirelessnetware.ca, where you can find guidelines on how to install cloud-hosted router on the Volter VPS. And finally, there is the subject of RouterOS and cloud-hosted router licenses. By referring back to the MikroTik wiki, you can find the list of RouterOS licenses. RouterOS has 6 license levels, ranging from trial mode and free demo all the way to the fully functional level 6 controller version. You can see the prices and features of each license in this table. One thing to remember is that the level 3 RouterOS license titled WISP CPE is not sold separately and comes together with a number of MikroTik devices at the time of purchase. It should be noted that one of the strengths of MikroTik lies within its licenses. To the benefit of users, MikroTik licenses are lifelong with unlimited software upgrades. This means that they never expire and allow you to upgrade your RouterOS as long as you're using the device on which you have registered your purchased license. But remember that each license is specific to a single device, and once you register a device with a purchased license, that license will be paired with that device for the long run. CHR has a different licensing plan that can also be found on MikroTik's wiki. As you can see, the licenses for cloud-hosted router are of 4 kinds, one of which is free, with the other 3 currently starting at $45. Pay attention that all 3 paid CHR licenses can run indefinitely, and the difference in their pricing is based on their speed limit. As always, if you have any questions or comments, we would love to hear from you. Share with us what's on your mind so we can improve our content and address any potential needs, issues, or requests. Also, subscribe to our channel as well in order to be notified about our upcoming content. Thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful. Till next time, stay safe.